Finally, we'll see the full guns come out, but it always feels like Team Spirit are one step ahead. They take that space, the flash comes in, Magic setting the tone with the initial exchange, the util stalling them out even further. They regroup, they find a gap or what they think it's a trap. In the Den of the Dragon, no AWP available for Brokey, but Shiro, we can't say the same. Didn't like the mood in Cloud9. Well, I think he likes to smell a team spirit.
Yeah. It's the end of Robs this round. Zontix wins him out on the smoke spams.
So risky with the smoke spams with the change of the smoke. It already was before.
You want to talk about risk, you can see Zontix was considering it, but doesn't push the issue.
And he is playing like somebody who is unfazed. Sure, he hasn't had the hugest of performances. We can turn towards the likes of Donk for that. Shiro, his right-hand man. But Zontix has had some important rounds with multi-kills. That lurk smoke does nothing. There's 2 players ahead of it. They've got Chopper to worry about long. Still 2 players towards B. And FaZe. This isn't the type of map you can set the tone in the same way as an Ancient or an Anubis. This is your choice.
T-side overpass already starting to become a waking nightmare for FaZe Clan. Flashes are good, unloading their magazines. Frozen and Karrigan, they're combining well. How is he still alive? Frozen, nade on his head, finishes it, now dead. It's 5 for Spirit. Another close one from FaZe. These narrow rounds, but Spirit prevailed time after time and timeout needed.
They're in a pretty large hole right now, but this is T-side overpass. So if we're going to set some real barriers, 3 feels like a minimum for FaZe. And that's touch and go. That's going to be difficult, especially if the pistol round in the second half goes against them. But so far, this is hollow. Defeat, currently, is the look in the eyes that I'm seeing of Karrigan. They're going to need to dig really deep to be able to pull this one off. And this was the final boss. This is the big stage team. This is the team that's meant to flourish under the lights. Well, right now, they're shying away from the moment, and Team Spirit running towards that magic number of 13. FaZe again can have something that is a threat, but that's by virtue of losing.
Bittersweet.
And this is where you'd hope that one of their individuals could pull off some crazy play. You've got 1 kill for Robs, 1 for Karrigan, 1 for Brokey, 5 for Frozen Shore, 3 for Rain. I feel like that MVP is already locked up for Donk. Continuing that form. Questioned at every turn. The goalpost kept moving.
And he kept performing.
And he hasn't stopped, of course. He's the first one to say this is a team game. And the way that he functions in the team is a thing of beauty. Right now, the sharpest tool in Spirit Shed and the sharpest tool in all of Counter-Strike. Just at 17 years of age, we've never seen anything like him before.
Oh, the shadow betrays Karrigan. The AWP dispatches of him, and look at Donk do it! That's disgusting! Revolting from Donk!
Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. Donk is the truth, Alex. This kid is the real deal.
How does he keep doing it? How? This is unprecedented, eclipsing all who came before him on the grand final stage. To the world of Counter-Strike, he is the meteor overhead. The confines of what's possible being brought into question every round this kid plays.
Hey, Alex, Spirit started this tournament with a 13-0.
No. There's no way FaZe Clan can suffer the beating that befalled Apex.
Well, who's going to be their inspiration? Who's going to be the fire starter? Because the way that Karrigan's looking at the moment, I'm not sure how they get back into things. Rops did his absolute darndest on map number 1. It was clutch heavy, very impactful on Nuke. It wasn't enough. Mirage, they gave it a go, a red hot crack. Rain keeping Donk under his thumb in that first half of play, but in the second, Couldn't muster a peep. There he is, Rops through the smoke. That's an opener. That's something to work with. Donk immediately one back.
Down goes Rain. Re-smoke from Zontix, maintains. Incendiary delays. Smoke heaven. Might be the flash here, setting Karrigan up, but is it for success or is it failure? Zontix defends his site admirably. Donk rotates back in, caught out by Frozen. The timing surely favors FaZe. Can they get past Donk? Brokey thinks so. The bomb going down for FaZe. It feels like the first time a post plant erected.
It is the first time.
Will they convert? Chopper maneuvering into the fight. Setup established. Frozen has to hit this first shot. And it's Rops doubles up. After finding the opening, he's found the closing spray as well. Shiro now holding on to his AWP. Will take out the hunt of Frozen. Brokey retreats to maintain his. And Shiro calculated in his AWP gone missing.
Yeah, he's lost it. Well, that's the first round for FaZe. Not as labored, but you could definitely thank Rops for that. Was just talking about his heroics on Nuke. They get their first on the board. Brokey's AWP in the mix. More than enough money to issue another buy on the Spirit side of the server, but already starting to rifle through that cash.
I mean, that's the first step. Many more required to believe that FaZe Clan are here to fight tooth and nail through the series.
Well, as you can see, Alex, I used the Caster Curse to get them around on the board. You start talking about that 13-0 and poof, there you have it.
Magic.
A round immediately posted as FaZe would love to turn it to 2 in a row. They could break Spirit, get that magic number of 3, that bare minimum on this T side as Donk throws aggression into the mix.
Fires off some warning shots that may slow the crawl of FaZe Clan. And again, this battle obscured by the smoke consistently between Rops, Zontix. No openings here. Rain pushing forward, surges into the fountain position, investigates towards balloons. It's Shiro forward on long. It's Donk behind that toilet smoke. Forward crawl. Connector is theirs. Flying the FaZe flag.
It's forced the rotation. Chopper had to worry about long for a moment, getting a move on back towards B. It was just a monster redeploy of the smoke, so that might have to change plans for FaZe as Rain lobs one out to at least show there's an indication there may be pressure. Chopper on the jump, mouth moving, Karrigan on the creep.
Do they have a good read of this? Pieces in the right place, re-smoke monster. Oh, and Shiro catches Frozen's excursion. It has to be Karrigan. He does strike. Just the once. Solid hold so far from the CTs as Magics and Donk have taken the necessary steps to defend this site. With only 30 seconds, it's up to Brokey and Rops. And Zontix, the first and only victim of Rops. 20 seconds for the AWPer to make magic happen. He's feeling helpless now, and Shiro sends him to the Shadow Realm, a 7th for Spirit.
Perfect deployment of utility on all fronts right there. Monster, I think we had at least 3 smokes, maybe 4. You then found yourself with the molly towards short. Gave questions for Karrigan, will I have to go, but segregated from his team. And while that was happening, everybody else was getting picked apart. He pushes in, Magics was caught back turn, still gets the kill. Donk at range onto Rain, who is going to be that pivot point. Brokey taking shots at nothing, and then Shiro will take him for free. So they win a round.
They're in full control, Chaz. Team Spirit. Their defense just seems too strong, too much for FaZe Clan to find another round. The bare minimum you set was 3, and yeah, not looking too great for a second here.
Well, look, they could go into the second half 11-1 down and then pull us all the way back, but it's a very unlikely set of circumstances to unfold.
Missed it. But all the same, the progression is taken. Map control.
You can see FaZe. They're the ones who are frazzled. They're the ones who are coming apart at the seams. Karrigan, Rops, Brokey, just 2 years ago, 2022, lifted the trophy. A barn burner of a match, taking on G2. Well, that was a quarterfinal game. They walked all over them. Mouse, who? And now they find themselves against Spirit, the only team they've lost to throughout their run at Katowice. Giving them troubles again.
Testing Donk and punished for it. A double from Donk and the round just falls in